All right. Hello, everybody. Thanks so much for joining us on today's Inspire podcast. I am so excited to be joined by Tom Dempsey, our Chief Distribution Officer, and Mr. Ryan Kimble, our President of Integrity Health. Thank you guys for joining today.
Good to be
here.
here.
Hey, guys, this is so much fun. We're in the final weeks of game time. We're in the final stretch of the fourth quarter. And, man, what a fourth quarter this has been. Has it not just been a blast?
It has. It's interesting to see all the work we've done for the whole year culminate this time.
It's all coming together here.
It's great.
It's what championship teams are made of, right? Like, and the swag this year, oh my gosh.
Yes.
The swag has stepped it up. The cutting board, Robin uses it all the time. A couple of weeks ago, they had the roasters for like take out to a campfire. We talk about the campfire effect. Like, we want to partner with people who want to sit around, drink a beer, roast a marshmallow with around a campfire. That was amazing. Last week, we got the Integrity branded Bluetooth speaker because at Integrity, we like to have fun. We like to listen to music, and we like for people to sing. And so I understand that Ryan is going to sing for us today.
You do. That's an interesting statement that you have there. Like, I will dance in front of anybody, but singing is a different deal. And unfortunately,
Shall we move on?
No. We need a stage. This is not a stage.
Life is a stage, right?
Whoa,
very true.
what kind of dancing are you suggesting?
So probably not as good as what people would expect, but if there's a need, I would do it for sure. But just pick a time when we don't do well at some point.
Listen, you dancing is worthy of a great
Its
party.
own video. I would agree.
Have you ever seen him
I've
dance?
never
I don't
seen
think
Ryan
I've ever
Kimble
seen him
dance.
dance either. You're a long, tall, cool drink of water. I can't wait to see those moves.
It's funny how.
Can you break dance?
No, not as well.
Have you ever seen him do the worm?
Yeah.
That was great.
Well, so Tommy D, as he likes, I called him Tommy Cinco, but I think we're going back to Tommy D. What do you prefer, Tommy D or Tommy Cinco?
Tommy D's.
That's what you've been calling.
That's what I've called early on.
You're like Coach Prime.
Yeah.
Like, you got your own name.
Tommy D.
Dude, y'all, speaking of, you've been watching him in Colorado?
Yeah. That's
Oh my gosh, this is going to be super interesting. So, would you like to sing for us? You rapped on your podcast. Sure. You're always up for it.
I don't know if you know this, but a few weeks back, we do coffee talk here inside at Integrity. It's for all of our employees in the shared service center. We come together, we share highlights, what we're working on, give kudos, talk a little bit about anniversaries and celebrations in our team members' lives. But Janie, I don't know if you know, but Tabitha Pittman, who is in our benefits group.
We sent out the video to everybody. She said it was based on Ice Ice Baby.
Yeah. All right. So now you've all seen Tabitha rap as well. Janie didn't want to be outdone, so Janie actually wrote a rap.
Janie's our chief legal officer.
Yeah. So
you don't get a lot of chief legal officers.
Yeah, not typical.
Writing a rap.
Not typical. But Janie wanted to do a rap battle, and we did the rap battle at Coffee Talk. But yeah, so I mean, I wrote a little something, but it actually is about AEP. Would you like me to kick it a little?
No, I'd rather watch him.
Yeah. I love it.
Yeah, let's see what you got.
Here we go.
So I'm just cold here.
I'm just going to do it here. Now, here's a little story I got to tell about 3 dope rappers you know so well. It started way back in history with J Rock, T Pitt, and me, Tommy D. We have a big-time season called AEP, just us, our teams, and a bunch of agencies. Selling across the land, putting up plans, carriers applauding us because we're in demand. Happiest place in the D we be, all by ourselves without nobody. The fun is beating down on my integrity hat. The air is getting hot. These rhymes are pretty fat. Looking for a girl, I ran into someone fly. Her name was T Pitt. I said howdy, she said hi.
Oh,
That is awesome.
Oh, that was legit. Wow, that was a lot of fun.
Yeah,
Oh,
that was fun. We had a great time.
well done.
Thank
Well
you.
done
Thank you.
again.
I appreciate it.
I like it. Carriers applauding us because we're in demand.
Yeah.
That's
Yes, they are.
an assist on that.
Well, listen, we've had an incredible AP. We've had a lot of fun during game time. We've had a lot of incredible things. This year we had the touchdown keyword. It was new to everything here at Integrity. And today's touchdown keyword, get ready for it. It is victory. Victory. Because
Very timely.
this has been quite the win, I think. The other thing I think is so much fun is we're always giving back. And our Integrity Toy Drive has been so amazing. In fact, our podcast was so much fun with Rochelle and Kendall. us kind of highlighting some of the toys we've been given. People are donating. We are giving thousands and thousands and thousands of toys all across the country to children's hospitals that I can't wait to see.
Yeah.
It's part of like what we do as a business. Like we don't get to see the benefit of some of our labor, like enrolling all these people into new Medicare plans this year. Sure. We may not get to see the impact in the hospital when they're there and they find out that everything's taken care of because of the plans that we helped our agents get them. But the same thing goes about these toys, man. It's just such a kind of physical representation about these kids who are going to be sitting at a hospital, finding out, whatever's going on, and then they get a teddy bear or a game. Man, I just love that.
I love that too. I've been fortunate enough to, like you, have to deliver these gifts to hospitals and see the looks on these children's face. I mean, you personally have an experience with that, but it's life-changing. And it's no different than any other time you give back. The impact that it has on you actually is more meaningful than you could ever possibly imagine.
Totally agree.
Truly better to give than to receive.
100%.
Right?
I think the way we're doing it through Amazon and Integrity Gives Back,
Absolutely.
super easy. Go online, you can order real quick. It shows up here. I saw all the boxes upstairs.
Oh, yeah.
We just got
It's phenomenal. So a great way to do it.
Well, and listen, and it can be small stuff. I mean, some of these things are like $3-4.
Yep.
But again, if you're a kid about to get an IV or you got to get a shot, right? And you're scared of needles. And think about a 3-year-old scared to get a shot, right?
Yep.
Or an IV that could really help them. And they might just need a sticker. I mean, little things like that just to help encourage them to say, hey, let's, I'll give you the sticker if I can do this. I mean, there's so many different things that we can do. You also mentioned about how we give kudos to people and give shout outs. I want to do a quick game time MVP for this week is Emily Prince out of Carolina Senior Marketing, who was nominated by Rebecca Cochran. And this is what Rebecca had to say about Emily. Emily has helped radically transform our agent website, our video content, and so much more. She is gladly willing to help in any capacity at all, even if it's outside her scope of work. And she brings joy to the office, and that is invaluable. Their entire team appreciates her commitment and her talent to making them better every day. So Rebecca, thank you so much for recognizing Emily. Emily, keep up the great work. Really appreciate all you do. We're going to be sending you a $100 Amazon gift card. You deserve it. Really appreciate that. Kind of going above and beyond. I think for business growing like we do, you've got to go above and beyond. You got to kind of go outside of your scope of work. That's kind of part of the decision and request I had for you.
Right.
Ryan, whenever I was talking to you and said, hey, would you step up and help lead our health team? Sure. I was just meeting with some of our health leaders last week, and every one of them to a person said, that was the best decision we've made, is having you step up and you lead. And it's really taking us to new heights. And listen, this AEP has been unlike any other. We have grown faster. The numbers are still coming in. It takes a while to tabulate all the results. But we have had a record-setting AEP again here at Integrity. And part of that's due to all the work we've done with our amazing carrier partners, with our technology team, and Medicare Center has just been such a huge part of the entire platform to be able to really compliantly work with our clients out there, with our agents and agencies. There's a ton of people who didn't have access to that because they weren't working with an Integrity partner. This is the time now to go back to all of those individuals and say, it's going to just get better for next AEP. So let's get you set up on it now as we go into the SEP or special election period. Man, it has been really incredible. So knowing all of the AEP, this was your first AEP, Tom, with us. And listen, it's been incredible. Hopefully you've enjoyed understanding this. You've gone through a lot of AEPs. What do you think? What are some of the biggest takeaways, Tom, that you've seen this AEP?
Yeah, so the first thing that stands out to me is just the total number of individuals that we've been able to get Medicare coverage. I mean, it really comes down to, our numbers are going to be around 4 million new Medicare coverages and
new clients overall. So think about that. Think about what you just said. So we're in Dallas. I think the population of Dallas is 1.8 million. Just put that in perspective.
That's a massive
That's
number.
twice the size of Dallas. And Dallas is a very large city.
Yeah.
If you look at like Nebraska, I think they've got about 1.8 million people. That's twice the size of
Whole
Nebraska.
state, yeah.
How many people
Yeah.
are in West
It's like
Virginia?
1.2.
So it's like 4x.
Yeah.
We've helped 4x this. Like just think about the impact we get to have on all of these people, on not just Medicare, but life, health, and wealth, annuities. I mean, it's incredible.
It is incredible. It's humbling too. They're entrusting their future, their medical future. I mean, ultimately, if we get the sort of advice that we're giving wrong, it can mean different things for each and every one of them. So it's I prior to joining Integrity, obviously I knew about Medicare and MedSup and et cetera, but I just didn't understand truly how well ingrained we were and how much work we did to actually change the lives of millions of Americans. And it's a big deal. It's a real big deal.
I think the great thing is we're putting people in great plans with larger networks, better benefits, and giving them the ability to have lower costs. And when they need care, they get a great opportunity to receive that from a great company.
So when you're working with so many amazing carriers, when you're working with Deft Research, when you have CSG, when you have Thomas Arts, when you have all the incredible partners across the country coming together, and then we have Medicare Center to be able to really set back and really think about the impact that we're having on so many people's lives, to really help them make sure that they have the right coverage. I mean, we're effectively democratizing, making it more available to more people, and making sure that they get the best coverage possible throughout everything we've been putting together. Ryan, you've been a partner in Integrity for a few years now, and now kind of all the culmination of bringing all these people together. What's it been like for you on that?
It's been an honor. Obviously, it's been very rewarding. I think the thing that drove me to Integrity was the ability for us to be together and work together on greater things. And I think what we saw this AEP was an opportunity to serve so many people. The agents that we have in the field and the agencies that are out there have a platform of sales like they can't get it anywhere else. And all we need to do is to continue to deliver those opportunities to those agents. And the people at our offices play a huge role in that. They are the ones that process the contract, that get the agent up and running, that handle the tech issue, that ultimately get the agent in the field to deliver the enrollment, a recorded enrollment through Medicare Center. So there's 12 months of work that go into one enrollment period. And sometimes we lose sight of what that is.
Right.
And even though we just kind of finished it up, like we're getting ready to do that again next year.
Starts over.
So it's been very humbling, and obviously I appreciate the opportunity, and hopefully this is just the beginning.
It is just the beginning. But speaking of just the beginning, like you're right, we got to get back to work. But now we get to learn from all the different things we just accomplished. We also get to take the benefit of all being together for another AEP and looking at now the best ideas, best practices, best solutions that we can provide is truly exciting for everything that we've got ahead of us, right? So if you think about all the different things that we did to help our agents connect with consumers, I mean, we did so much this AEP, more than ever before, to help them find the right covers. Tell us a little bit more about that, Tom.
So really, when I think about AEP, I think it comes down to the best of what Integrity offers, which is the best tools, the best resources, and the best support possible. And I'm going to start with support, because the support actually, it comes from the shared service center a little bit, but it really starts with the marketers. And in the fields, they are actually there to support the agents, to know that they've got a mechanism in place that if they're struggling or they have challenges or they frankly need a new way to say what it is that they're trying to say because the poetry that they're using isn't working, that's what they're there for. And they do an amazing job. That's why we're going to have our best AEP ever. From a tools perspective, look, Lead Center, we've done an incredible job. You mentioned this, Ryan, but I will say that I can't tell you how many times we've been asked by non-integrity agencies or non-integrity agents if we can just, hey, can you just let us use Medicare Center and Lead Center?
Yeah.
And the answer is no. If you want that, plug in with one of our great integrity partners.
Well, it's a huge value add to what we do overall. And I think it ultimately gives us the ability to give the best product, which is Medicare Center, the best opportunity to learn and grow and ultimately offer their clients so much more that if we weren't with Integrity, we would be in a position where we couldn't offer those same things. And that's
so the answer is not no. It's actually
yes, of course.
We would love for you to do that, but you got to partner with some of our amazing people.
There's one way to get there.
There's a great way to do it. Like that, and think about if you weren't with Integrity today and you were running Agent Pipeline, as amazing of a business as it was, with some of the new regulations that came out right before AAP,
Yeah.
I just don't know what you would do.
We would be one. We have a great company, great people, great support system, but we would have relied on the agent to figure out a way to be compliant on their own.
Yep.
Back to the premise of our business is it's our job to help the agent be
no doubt.
most successful.
Absolutely.
And that's why we invest so much, and we don't charge our agents
Yeah.
at all. I love the fact that you started with the marketers. It is, we have the best people, period,
Without
in the
question.
business.
Yeah.
Yep.
And this is a relationship business. We can never forget that. If we ever forget that, we're out of business, frankly. And that's, you just think about just the people that we have in every single one of our offices across the country that have developed those relationships with all of our advisors to make sure that they get the best. And to your point, that would not be a plan. Like, you're just saying, okay, it's up to you to figure that out. That's not a plan. But that's what most carriers did.
That's exactly
Carriers
right.
said, we can't figure this out. But thankfully, we'd been building this. And the truth is, we've been spending tons of money and tons of time for years.
Yeah.
I mean, when you joined us in 2019,
Yeah.
one of the first things we said is, hey, can you come help us working on Medicare Center? Remember that?
And I think the biggest thing that we saw with all of our marketers is now we are recruiting to Medicare Center as opposed to a specific product type or a specific carrier. It's like, here's what we can deliver to you, and here are all the products you can have access to, which is a game changer for recruiting. Like, you can bring on so much more value by just what we've developed with Medicare Center.
Which is another reason that we should be starting right after the first of the year. Everybody should be going, hey, if you missed it this year, you can have it.
That's right.
Yes, you can.
You can.
Maybe that's our new chant.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can.
So back to that. I mean, what are some of the other things that you've seen that we've just really excelled at this AP?
So a few things. So one, agents have access to their own personalized website now. So
Man, that was huge.
That's huge.
incredible.
Yep.
That is huge.
And
Think about all the agents out in the field that don't have a web presence
Yep.
or social media presence for that matter. Think about the impact that we gave them for free.
Yes.
It's a end-to-end compliance solution for their customers to be able to go on, take a look at all the products in the marketplace, and they didn't have to pay for anything, and they didn't have to develop anything. So it's a huge tool.
Fully digital solution. I mean, that's when we first met months ago, and you were talking. You were bragging about integrity and what all the great things you were working on. One of the things you mentioned was how sad it was that there were people all across America filling out a paper application to make their Medicare decision, and your vow was to change that, to go fully digital and make it so that you can actually sit across someone's table and actually enroll them in a Medicare policy right there.
Or not in front of their table. Over the phone.
Over the
in person,
phone.
however they want to be served.
Yeah.
It's really the whole idea. However somebody wants to be served, we can help them.
Omnichannel. Which brings me to the contact centers have also been, I mean, they've been leading the charge. I got to give a shout out to both Unified SCB. You know, obviously we have our CXP as well.
Brian Hunsaker.
They've been doing one heck of a job this AEP. You know, there's been a lot going on in the industry about contact centers, and I will tell you, you should take great pride in our contact centers. They've worked very hard to ensure that they're doing the right thing on behalf of every single member that calls to talk a little bit about whether the plan change is the right thing for them. And what that does is that obviously ensures that we have fewer disenrollments, and that's really one of the greatest things about Medicare centers. It actually does help you get more retention or stickier business on the books, which is key for all of us.
You know what we did in the contact centers this year, we've really enhanced their technology even a step further from what we've done with Medicare Center.
Yeah.
It's amazing what we've been able to add there. The other part of it is on average, they have about 7 contacts with a client before they make a sell.
Yeah.
So you think about that. It's a much more labor-intensive process, but it's the right process because you're building a relationship, coming back to relationships. They're building relationships, working with people to make sure they get the right coverage at the right time. It's a huge difference maker. There was an incredible email I got. One of our contact center reps was reaching out to a potential client, and the client had some real health issues that were going on, and they couldn't contact anybody.
Yeah.
But our contact center rep called them. They said, listen, I've got these issues going on. And they said, stay on the phone. I'm going to get somebody to come do a wellness check on you. And they were able to get them emergency support to that house to make sure that client was taken care of Now that's what it's all about.
That is
you
what it's
think
all
like
about.
that. You could have saved that client's life.
Yeah.
Just because they took time to get to know them.
Oh, yeah.
They weren't just, some sort of different number. It was, hey, I want to make sure you get the right coverage. I
Yeah.
want to spend time with you to make sure we get all your doctors covered, to make sure that you get in the right plan. And they had a remarkable year. Just like it replicates really how our agents
It
work
does.
in the
That's right.
field. And we have the best agents in the world in the field.
We do.
It's a neat thing to be able to be in a position to deliver plans and opportunity wherever the customer wants to be. So if it's telephonically, if it's in person, or if it's through the agent link,
Right.
where the agent can go on or the customer can go on directly and look at and review plans.
So the mobile app, we did the
Yeah.
new telephone numbers and the call recording.
If we look across the industry, we are the one that sits with the end-to-end compliant call recording process. And as we've talked about, that's been a challenge for anyone else to deliver to the market, but even for carriers to deliver.
Yeah.
And I think we were able to deliver to the carriers a program that they would know that every enrollment that was submitted from a compliant perspective, 100%.
And then you've got to record that and store for
Yeah,
10
that's right.
years.
Yeah.
And if you it's so much data.
Yeah.
In that,
Yeah.
but compliantly, you've got to store that. And we're able to help support our agents in doing that completely compliantly.
sure.
And we also even rolled out our new mobile application this
That's
year.
right.
That mobile app
Game
is
changer.
amazing.
Yeah, game changer. To be able to toggle on your cell phone that you're available to take
It's
meetings.
incredible.
It's incredible. I've actually, so I have Hirsch's demo ID. And I can always tell when Hirsch is actually in it because my phone will vibrate and it says, "You're receiving a Medicare Center call." I'm like, "Oh no, did I forget to log out?" But it's incredible. If look, I'm not an agent, but I would imagine that if you are looking for a source of leads, I don't know of any better source of leads than a real-time call coming into your cell phone to talk a little bit about their Medicare. I mean, it's incredible.
Well, I think what I saw when I saw Hirsch demo, I saw Bryan demo, it changed my perspective of how agents could ultimately use the mobile app and do enrollments at any place at any time and walk the client through an enrollment process.
Yeah.
It was pretty neat.
Well, and that's just the beginning.
Yeah.
It's just the start of what we're developing. And then also our CRM. With our CRM package that we give for free, it's built on a Salesforce platform. We give for free to every single agent.
Yep.
That, if used correctly, you can help make sure that you're serving people better
Absolutely.
and keeping up with important holidays like their birthdays, their anniversaries,
Yes.
their new policy, renewal dates, all sorts of stuff.
That's
Man,
right.
That is incredible.
CRM tagging doesn't, it's when Hirsch started talking early on about CRM tagging as an example of just how powerful that can be. I mean, I know that when you are sifting through thousands of clients per agent, it's virtually impossible to prioritize. And so that's really all this is. It's just a tool to empower our agents to actually prioritize, because there's one thing that you don't have. You mention this every single day, which is you can't make up time. Like literally time is the most valuable thing you have. So if you want to save time, you actually should be using the CRM tool. And by the way, I'll also throw in a plug that if you're not familiar with how to use it, I mean, that's what we're here for in the Shared Service Center, is to teach you how to do that. And so we're happy to do that now.
Exactly. And then the switchers, the clients who were most apt to switch this year. It's amazing how correct those were.
Oh, yeah.
That we were able to get the data ahead of the curve to say this person is most likely to switch from this carrier to this carrier, so that you could call and either talk about the enhancements that carrier made and keep them with that carrier, or move them to another carrier to make sure they got the right health care that they needed at the right time. Like that, and back to saving time, if you have thousands of clients, you can't effectively go through the 20% or whatever that we're
You're going through an Excel spreadsheet to try to find the plans that you feel like are moving
You know
and
how
changing.
hard that is?
I can't
That's
imagine.
so hard.
And what we were able to do with tagging is take 1,000 clients down to the 200 that were most important to impact. And so from an agent's perspective, they see value in Integrity Partners because they're able to deliver that, again, at no cost, but ultimately help them deliver a better service to their clients that are depending on them to walk through the enrollment season and tell them what's the best plan for them.
It's incredible where we came up with so many different things was so amazing. So now that we're wrapping up AAP, I mentioned SCP a minute ago. What are some of the things that we need to be focused on next, Ryan?
Yeah, so as everybody knows, the SEP started on December 8th, so the day after the AEP.
No rest.
No rest.
Back to work.
No rest. And the great thing is, one, there are customers across the country who are affected by Hurricane Ian and some of the other FEMA results, and they need to enroll in a plan. And the SEP gives them that opportunity all the way through the end of December, and actually Florida is through the end of January.
Right.
So there's more opportunity. But once we get through this December timeframe, we roll into OEP, and then we roll into the next SEP. That's DSNP clients, that's 5-star plans, that's agents.
So we have a lot of life distribution, annuity distribution, wealth distribution.
That's true.
So explain what SEP is. Just break down the acronyms real fast. SEP.
It's special election period.
So there's a special time that the government has extended the annual enrollment period, or AEP. So with the hurricane, they took Florida through the end of January.
They did.
They took North Carolina, South Carolina through the end of December.
That's right.
Then there's the OEP. Explain that.
That's the open enrollment period. So it gives a chance for people that ended up buying a plan during the AEP, don't like that plan, they can switch out of that into a new plan.
Got it.
Yep.
So then you got to continue serving your customer,
Yep.
making sure that they got the right coverage, the best coverage for them. And then you talked about DSNP and some other opportunities. Let's talk about that.
Yeah, so dual special needs plans. It's a underserved population that we have. It's folks who meet a threshold of income that's Medicaid and Medicare eligible, and they can enroll all throughout the year, and they have a special election period to do that. It's a great opportunity. We have the 5-star plan special election period, which they can enroll every month into a 5-star plan. We have 5-star plans across the country that agents have taken advantage every year.
Yeah, and if you have any questions about any of those areas, or if anybody has any questions, then please call one of our offices. Call one of our leaders, one of our marketers. Call any of us, and we'll try to help you. We had a board member that their mom and dad were unhappy with their Medicare coverage, and so they were home over a weekend, and they said, "Listen, we're unhappy with this." And he said, "I'm on the board of integrity. I know a lot about this now. Let me look at it and I'll help you." And then they started looking at all the different plans, all the different information, all the different acronyms.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Oh my gosh, I don't know." So he sends an email to his mom and me and says, "Mom," didn't say her name. "Mom, I'm introducing you to Bryan Elms. He's the CEO of Integrity.
Yeah.
He's going to personally help you get your Medicare coverage figured out." So I didn't even know her name.
Yeah.
And so I respond to say, "Mrs. last name, I am happy to help you. I need some information." And then I called you.
You did, yeah. And you gave me all the information that I needed to reach out to Craig Ritter.
So interesting. They were in Pennsylvania. And so Ryan then calls Craig Ritter and says, "Hey, we have a board member's family that needs health insurance coverage. Can you help them out?" Now, there's a couple interesting points here. One is Agent Pipeline and Ritter have been competitors for a long time, but now we're partners. And now, in the old days, you would have never called Craig. You would have said, "I'll figure it out on my own." But you knew the right people to support them in their local area was Craig.
It was.
And Ritter in particular.
Yeah, I think the dynamic, if you look at our map across the country, we have agents and
Everywhere.
agencies everywhere.
Everywhere the U.S. population.
That's right.
And
It's like being a cell phone company with coverage everywhere. You don't want to go, "Can you hear me now?"
Yeah.
Right? You want to be able to say, "Yes, I can hear you and I can take care of you," right?
That's right.
So you called Craig. Craig had one of his great advisors reach out to them with that information and say, "I can help you with your plan." Interesting enough, she's talking to him over the phone, and the customer said, I'm really frustrated with this. Can we just get together in person?"
Yes.
She says, "I'll be there this afternoon at 2, I think it was. And that afternoon at 2:00, so you think about this. We get a frustrated client in the field who then talks to her son, who's also frustrated and like, I don't want to make a mistake. Then reaches out to us. We connect with the right dots. And in 24 hours or whatever it was, we had someone sitting in their home making that decision with them to get them the best comprehensive plan for them and the best prescription drug plan as well.
Yep.
by the way, and we took care of the client the best way possible. There's not many people who could do all series of those things. If you're just a call center,
Yep.
then you could just try to handle over the phone
Sure.
and they say, look, I don't want to do this. Can I talk to you? And they go, no, I'm sitting wherever. Then that doesn't work.
Yeah.
If we were only in one little region, we couldn't have been able to help them. Like because of our national coverage, because of all of our partner network, because of all of our incredible plans that we have, because of our technology and our service, we were able to make sure that that client, and that's one of millions of examples, but we made sure that they had the best coverage possible.
Yeah.
That's the integrity effect.
is.
Man,
That
that
is.
is a powerful.
It's amazing.
It is. I think the great thing is the client didn't see anything happening behind the scenes.
Nope.
All they saw was the original outreach,
Yeah.
and then the agent Don Myers, who got a chance to go out and meet with him one-on-one, and it was great.
That's what it's about.
That is what
Yeah.
it's
It's
about.
about making sure that we take care of our clients
Without
and
question.
meet them wherever they want to be met. And that's such a great example of meeting people wherever they are. Now, this AEP was also not just about Medicare. We had an incredible year in life sales,
We did.
and annuities and
Yeah.
wealth management. That also, if you think about all the different things we've done in the life insurance businesses and how we've pulled them together in so many different ways, you think about what we've done in our wealth management side. The market's been down.
Yep.
Our wealth management assets are actually rising because of some of the new partners we continue to bring in.
Yeah.
And then on the annuity side, it's off the charts.
It is off the charts.
Totally off the charts.
Presented with an opportunity we have had. And that's actually the greatest thing I think about
Yeah.
Agent Pipeline and Premier and a lot of our great organizations is you're not just working to position Medicare. You're actually having a full-on discussion. And this is the same thing that I'll give Bryan Hunsaker in the contact centers more kudos, is that the reason why they're taking a little bit of extra time, it's a few more minutes on the phone with someone to put them in the right plan today. But the callback that you mentioned earlier where they were reaching back out, they had a discussion about a final expense policy.
Oh, really?
Right, so there's other opportunities out there. AEP doesn't just end at on December 7th, and then we move on.
Are you talking about
it's-
the callback that we helped save that?
Yeah,
That
yeah,
customer?
yeah.
I didn't realize it.
Yeah,
We
no,
were calling
they were
back
contacting him to talk about
a
other
life because
opportunities.
they
Yeah.
said I want to learn more about life insurance.
Other opportunities. So that is where the rubber meets the road. Is that we are at an organization that's fortunate enough to be in a position where it does not just sell Medicare.
Sure.
We're not just a Medicare organization. We are an organization that actually serves the needs of all of our customers for whatever those needs are and wherever they want to be met. I mean, that's integrity.
Yeah, and listen, we've together we've accomplished more than we could ever accomplish
Absolutely.
separately. And I do like to say this a lot, but we are just
We
getting
are
started.
just getting started.
Yeah.
I truly believe it.
Yeah.
I truly believe we are
Yeah.
just getting started.
Yeah.
So as this AP season comes to an end, game time comes to an end, we get ready for the new year. 2023 is going to be one of the best years ever with the momentum that we've got going into this. I've never experienced a year that we've had this much momentum going into a new year to really capitalize on new opportunities. The new opportunities of serving people better with their life, health, and wealth needs. Holistically looking at every client to make sure that we're taking care of every need that they have to better serve them with their life, health, and wealth. And we can't do that without you guys. And so I want to say thank you again for Tommy D
Yes, sir.
joining us
Thank
here
you.
Today, and Ryan Kimble. And thank you guys for your leadership. It is so much fun to partner with you guys and to partner with all of our incredible leaders, our incredible partners,
Absolutely.
our incredible employee shareholders as
Yeah.
we continue to build something truly special here at Integrity. And I think we're just getting started, as I said before. So I hope everybody has an incredible week. Thank you for everything you guys do. Can't wait to see what we can accomplish in 2023 because 2022 has been one heck of a year, and it's going to even be better in next year. So thank you again for everything you guys do. God bless you all, and can't wait to see you all soon. Take care.